guys, I'm ChezPride, and as of when I'm recording this, yesterday, The Sims 4 got, surprise, surprise, 2 more kits. But these are actually creator kits, which I feel like makes them a little bit better. And honestly, I'm actually excited for these. Like, I'm not a full-on hater of kits in general like most people are. I actually kind of like the concept of kits. I just wish they would slow down on the production of kits. But creator kits, I feel like, are a little bit better because they actually reach out to custom content creators to make the packs. And I feel like that's not only good promotion for them, but as they are a player of the game, they tend to know what's actually lacking compared to like the Sims team that creates the game and doesn't see what it's lacking as much as the actual players do. So creator kits tend to not only be better quality because they're made by custom content creators instead of the Sims team, but they also tend to fill in the gaps that are missing in the game. And the 2 that came out yesterday are no exception of that. So stereotypically, when the Sims team comes out with 2 kits, one is a Create a Sim kit and one is a build mode kit. And this time, once again, is no exception. So the Create a Sim kit we got is by Cryptic Sims, and it is a kit that purely focuses on adding makeup into the game. As well as in this video, we'll be reviewing the build kit by PeaceMaker that is based around making formal type mudrooms. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually kind of had to look up what a mudroom was, sadly. But once I figured out what it was, I was like, oh, a proper entryway. Gotcha. And we all know I'm a sucker for a proper entryway. And honestly, I have been wanting both a kit based around makeup and a kit based around hair for so long. So I'm actually even more excited for that one because I just want more makeup in the game so bad. And the fact that a custom content creator is making it, I just know it's going to be good. So typically when we get a build mode kit and a Create a Sim kit, I typically do the Create a Sim kit first, because when you start a new save file, the first thing it loads you into is Create a Sim, so that's just always kind of logical in my head. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually a little bit more excited for the Create a Sim kit, just because I've been wanting a makeup kit for so long now. So I kind of want to save that one to be last, because, you know, best for last and whatnot. I am so excited for this kit, but I'm more excited for the Create a Sim kit. So we're going to be doing this review first, and then after I put out this video, I will come out with Cryptic Sims Create a Sim kit that is fully based around makeup. But before I jump into the actual game and do pretty much a genuine first reaction, because I haven't seen anything but preview pictures of what comes in this kit yet, which is surprising because normally I see a bunch of spoilers, but I've been managing to avoid the spoilers this time. I wanted to actually show off the actual creators' social media so you can find them and show them some support, because sadly I just feel like the Sims team doesn't pay them for what they deserve. I mean, we have the creator codes, which I'll get to in a minute, but I feel like they should just be paid more in general, and I've gone on this rant several times. But let's go ahead and look at the Twitter of these custom content creators so you can see more about them. Now, I am personally not a huge custom content downloader. I have nothing against custom content, especially custom content creators. I think they are amazing people and do amazing work. And I like the concept of custom content. Like, I feel like, especially if you can't afford all the packs, I mean, typically, you're not getting all the packs. Like, I have almost all the packs because I review most of them, but most people don't have money for all the packs. So I feel like downloading free custom content is a great way to get specifically what you want in game. If you're looking for a certain object and you don't have the money to go buy a kit that has said object, then custom content is a really good way to get what you want. I personally don't download custom content just because I know if I got started, I wouldn't be able to stop and I would become obsessed with it. I also kind of am weird about custom content that is in Create a Sim because I always want to match the game. But just in general, I typically don't download a lot of custom content. Like, I have a teleporter mod and I have mods. Not a ton of mods. I have like necessary mods. Well, I feel like are necessary mods. But I don't really have any custom content, build items, or Create a Sim items. And that's, like I said, it's not because I'm against custom content. It's just that I already have most of the packs. And I feel like if I were to download a bunch of custom content, because like I said, I would not be able to stop, my game would be extremely laggy. Like, I know in the past, custom content used to make games extremely laggy. If the item had to be updated, it would end up breaking and it would look weird on the sim. So I never really wanted to deal with that. And I feel like that's less of a problem now. But I also am more scared now because I already have a bunch of content that, even with me having a good computer to play The Sims on, it gets a laggy sometimes. So I don't typically download a bunch of custom content, but sometimes I'll hear of custom content creators. Sadly, I've never heard of PeaceMaker. I have heard of Cryptic Sims, the one that's doing the Create a Sim kit, but I've never heard of PeaceMaker. But like I said, I don't download custom content, so that's not really saying much. But from what I've heard, PeaceMaker is a great content creator. Since these kits have been released, I have heard quite a bit about him, and apparently a good amount of people use him. And according to his bio, he is from Australia, which automatically gives him like 7 points in my books. Like, I don't know why, but for some reason, I'm just naturally drawn to people from Scotland and Australia. I guess that's why when I was first getting into sim videos on YouTube, I was automatically drawn to Deliracy and James Turner even before The Sims 4. I guess Deliracy probably didn't come out with content until The Sims 4, but James Turner, before I discovered Deliracy, he had been putting out content since Sims 3, and I think I was automatically drawn to him because he was from Australia. So when I saw that this custom content creator was from Australia, I got very excited. But they do have a Patreon if you want to donate and support them. But like I said, typically they will have a creator code. I'm assuming his creator code would just be PeaceMaker. He didn't say he had a creator code, but most EA Creator Network people have a creator code, or just content creators in general typically have a creator code, especially if the Sims team is making a kit with them. Honestly, I feel like you should always use a creator code, even if it's not the person who made the kit. Now, I feel like if the person made the kit, you should use their creator code. But I feel like in general, even if you're buying something like an expansion pack that was not made by a creator, you should use the creator code, because when you use the creator code, it gives like 5 to 10% of what you pay to that creator instead of giving it to EA. So EA gets less money and the creator gets more money. And that is so important with these kind of packs, because these custom content creators that are creating these packs, and granted, they are doing all the work pretty much. Like, they're doing like 90% of the work, if not 100. They get one flat fee. They do not get paid on commission, which I think is so wrong. So I feel like if you're going to download the kit, use the creator code, which is typically, like I said, just their username. Now, I typically just use their Twitter page to show off their socials, because that's where the sim team typically tags them. And a lot of time, custom content creators will put their links to their custom content in their Twitter pages or X pages. I don't know what to call it now. But if you're wondering who this creator was, this is their Twitter page. You can go give them a look. Like I said, they have a Patreon and whatnot. They probably have other socials as well, but I just typically use the Twitter. And this is the thumbnail for the kit that we are reviewing that they made. So they made the Grange Mudroom kit. And like I said, it's basically just a kit that's for entryways of houses. So like you walk in, you can hang up your coat, whatever, put your shoes next to the basket. That's kind of the vibe we're going for here. But of course, before they started advertising for their kit, they also were advertising for other stuff that they have made on their own. So, they have like the greenhouse stuff here. So we have screened in walls custom content that they've been promoting. They've been promoting some of their living room stuff. We have some furniture here that they've made. They obviously have a good amount of stuff already out there. Like, they even have a whole build set for like windows and whatnot. But obviously, we're not looking into their actual custom content today. We're looking at what they created with the Sims team, and that is the Grange Mudroom kit. So let's go ahead and jump into the game, and I can show off what actually comes in this kit. Alright, so I finally bought the kit, and I have time to finally sit down and review every single item that comes in the pack, and pretty much every swatch that comes in. And I feel like it's worth mentioning before we jump into the game that I did use the creator code PeaceMaker, and it did work just fine. Like, they have the creator code with that name. So I don't understand why they're not promoting their creator code, because before now, every single time anyone has ever made a kit, they highly promote their creator code. So I don't know why these two decided not to. I'm hoping the Sims team didn't tell them, like, hey, don't promote your creator code, because that was suck on their part, but I'm sure the Sims team didn't do that. Like, hopefully, but I just think it's weird that they're not promoting it when it totally worked. But anyways, let's move on to what the actual kit is about. So like I said, this is the Sims 4 Grange Mudroom kit. Like I said earlier, a mudroom is basically a formal entryway where you come in, you put your keys down, you take your shoes off, you possibly have a little bench to sit down on, you have a mirror to look in. That's kind of the vibe we're going with here. And honestly, if you've ever watched any of my builds, I love a formal entryway. Even in my tiny homes, or like the homes I'm building with a small budget, I try to at least put like a table and a mirror above it. I guess it's because I always had in the house that I grew up in a landing, is what we called it. And that's basically, it's just like a platform where the front door is. And on that platform, there's like a mirror and a place to hang your keys. And then there's a stair going to the main level, and then there's a stair going to the basement. So I guess just in my mind, that's how a front door is supposed to look. It's supposed to have like a mirror and a place to put your keys and set stuff down when you first come in the door. So I always have tried to include that in my builds. So this kit is honestly right up my alley. And also, I just love the fact they used the pancakes for the promotion photos. So when the kits were announced, we did go over this photo already. But like I said, I love the fact that they included the pancakes, because out of all the townies that were added new to The Sims 4 when The Sims 4 came out, so like not the Goths and the Lamb Grabs and the Calientes, like not previous Sims from older games, but just new Sims for The Sims 4, pancakes, 100% my favorite. I love the pancakes. So I love the fact that they used them for this promotion. And honestly, Bob's outfit matches perfectly. But as you can see here, this kind of is like the vibe. Like, we have the front door, and then we have the built-in where you can sit down, take your shoes off, put your keys there. There's like a pair of upside down glasses. We have a bag and some storage. This is very much the vibe. The only thing I'm seeing missing here is a mirror. But that's not everything that comes in the kit. It is just a preview picture. And there is an item list down below if I did keep scrolling, but I'm trying not to look at that, as tempting as it is. I want to wait till I actually get into the game. So let's go ahead and just read the description right quick so I can jump into game and look. So it says, decorate and organize your entryway into the perfect mud room with a range of built-in items, walls, flooring, and decor. Oh, I love that it has walls and flooring. And then whether your Sims home is on a ranch or inner city dwelling. If they enjoy gardening or other outdoor activities, a mudroom is the perfect addition for an active outdoor lifestyle. Use the space to tell a story of their interests, hobbies, such as gumboots during muddy times of the garden, or help show a day-to-day life of a family home where leaving a pile of mail to be opened is commonplace. A mudroom is the entryway to your Sims' lives. Created by PeaceMaker_IC. So they do at least promote him straight up in the description, as well as the actual cover photo as well. But it says, kit features a magnificent mudroom awaits. Bring your entryway to life with a tailor-made set of mudroom items and decor, transitional space, as an organization and style to an often neglected part of the home. So that is the little description we have here. So now, finally, let's jump into the game and look at the actual items. Alright, so I went ahead and bought a blank lot in Newcrest, gave us unlimited monies, built a couple of walls, and turned on the Grange Mudroom filter, as well as move objects, and we are going to go ahead and jump into reviewing this pack. Now, typically I start with pre-made rooms, and honestly, for a kit that is for a specific type of room, I feel like that's slightly a missed opportunity to not make a pre-made room. The only reason I would assume they didn't is because what category would you put it in? Like, there's not exactly an entryway category. So, mixed feelings. Like, I can understand, but I always really like the pre-made rooms because it kind of just shows you how they intended on you using the kit and kind of just gives you some ideas on how to use it. So, I always appreciate a pre-made room, but unfortunately, this kit did not come with any. But we did get wallpaper and flooring, which is honestly not that common in kits. Like, some kits come with wallpaper and flooring, but not all of them, especially like item kits. So let's go ahead and look. There's 2 wallpapers, and it looks like they go together quite nicely. I assume they have matching swatches. We're going to put down the full wall one first because it looks like there's a full wall of pattern, and then there's slanting paneling. There's a paneling version that just has the wallpaper at the top. So this is the wallpaper we're looking at. Very elegant, very pastel, has borders on it. I typically prefer when a wallpaper doesn't have the borders on the top and bottom, but I still think it's very elegant and very nice. And I really like the blue, the pink, and the black swatches. And the green. The greens are very nice in this pack. But then, like I said, we have basically the same wallpaper, just with paneling. So we have our blue version, we have our black version, we have our dark blue version, we have our yellow, we have the red. Honestly, the red paneling looks really nice. The green paneling looks really nice. The pink, I think, looks better by itself. There's white and blue, and then there's like an orange. Honestly, I actually like the orange. No, the orange is not bad, but maybe that's just because I've been doing a lot of orange on my channel in the last year. That is both the wallpapers that come with it. Honestly, I was only expecting to get 1, so I'm a little impressed that there's 2, but I'm scared that means it's going to be a low item count. I haven't counted the items yet, so we're going to do that together. But let's see, we do only have 1 flooring, so that it takes up less item counts, I guess, at least. Alright, but let's go ahead and place down the flooring. I'm going to turn grid off so we can really see it nicely. So it looks like it's a tile floor. Oh no, it's a stone floor, but it's like in tile shape, I guess. Like, if we look at it like that, you can kind of see the different placements where it could kind of pass for a tile, but it is a stone, like, kind of marble texture. But we have it in that light tan, we have it in a regular tan, we have it in black, we have it in brown, we have it in a brighter tan, we have it in a cream, we have it in a gray, we have it in a, like, almost dirt brown. I feel like that's like almost the color of dirt. We have it in another cream, but slightly darker, and then a medium gray. So a very interesting color combination of the stone and the wallpaper here. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about it, but I'm not against the stone. I feel like the stone makes more sense for the front porch, though. I feel like wood would have been better for this, but that's just my personal opinion. But I think that's everything in build mode, so now we can actually jump into buy mode. Ooh, yeah, there's not a lot of items here. I mean, granted, there was 2 wallpapers and flooring, but let's just do a whole actual item count. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21. Yeah, see, typically a kit, I feel like a good modern, like in the middle range of kit count would be 25 to 30. Like, I feel that's like pretty typical depending on what type of kit it is. Like the castle kit, obviously not really, because it's a full-on build kit, but like kits like the clutter kits typically have 30 to 32 items, and even Little Simsies quote clutter kit that had stuff besides clutter had 30 items. I think it was 30 items. So as you can probably tell, even with there being a slightly higher count, if you count the wallpaper and the flooring, it's still a really low number for an item count for a kit, which is not the best, because that supports everyone's theory of, oh, it's not worth the $5. Yeah, this may not be worth the $5 just from looking at the item count, but let's see if we like the actual items, because that's a part of it as well. So let's go over here to start placing stuff down. So I'm going to just go in order. So we have, or I guess I could do the whole built-in first to kind of mimic what they had in their picture. We have the bench, we have the actual counter, we have an open shelf, a closed off cabinet. This shelf looks like it goes a little bit better with the bench, honestly. If we were to use the cabinets, there are some closed cabinets, and it looks like they only come in the one form. So it's not like kitchen cabinets to where they have different forms. There's just the closed and the open. So we have closed and open shelving here to go with the closed and open dooring. And then honestly, I feel like that's pretty much everything that's actually like to create the built-in, but I will go ahead and place the mirror in the middle just because I kind of like the vibes of it. So before we go into the decor to decorate all of this, let's actually go into the actual this. Wait, hold on. What is this? Glim hallway rug. Oh, it comes with a rug too. I wasn't expecting that. I was not honestly expecting that. Okay, but let's go into the built-ins themselves. So I'm assuming, yeah, they all pretty much have matching colors. Like even the bench, it has a matching set. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to change the color on one of each. And then you can kind of see the set together. Actually, the mirror doesn't match necessarily. It's probably going to match the woods. So I'm going to go through all this and then I'll do the mirror. So first we have all white, as we saw, and then we have like a peach color. So this is everything in the peach swatch. There we go. I guess I can technically, honestly, delete one of the shelves because it's the only thing we're not changing the color on. We have the peach type swatch, and then we have like this light purple swatch, which honestly, I love a light purple. Like a lavender light purple is gorgeous to me, so happy about that. And then next we have the black cabinets. I mean, we all know I'm a sucker for black. Like, that's pretty much all I wear. Oh, the colors, it has a brown top, so it threw me off. But we all know I'm a sucker for black. I overuse black in my builds, so I'm very happy to see a black swatch. We also have this, like, pinkish red, which I was expecting this to be, like, a bright, like, fire hydrant red. So I think this is a much nicer swatch. I'm torn with the orange wood against it, but hey, it would have worked great for my Rainbow Legacy challenge when I was in the transition of red and orange. But then we also have a light Barbie type pink here, which honestly looks really nice. Like, I'm not even a huge pink fan, but I think for a pastel pink, this is really nice. We have an orange swatch, which again, I've been really into orange here recently, so happy to see that as well. Honestly, the wood they paired with that is really nice. And then we have a blue swatch, which is always fun. They always put such good blues in the game. Like, honestly, all their blues are pretty beautiful. Granted, this does remind me of the color of the school I went to growing up, but other than that, it's beautiful. And then we have the green swatch that I've been bragging on so far in this pack. Honestly, the green's what they kind of promote it in the pictures, and I can see why. It's honestly a beautiful swatch. Like, it's very much giving me Irish. And then last, we have a yellow, because honestly, yellow is actually more common as a house color than you would think. Like, a lot of people do like their entryways or their kitchens yellow. So it's fun they added that as well. I think my favorite swatch is actually the reddish pink, which I wasn't expecting to like the most, but apparently that's what I like the most. So that's what I'm going to put everything in. And then we have this mirror that kind of matches all the different wood tops on these counters here. So I say that, but this swatch, I guess, is the closest. I feel like the orange on the top is a little bit brighter than this though. So that is everything built-in wise. Now we have the stuff to decorate it. So first, let's look at these lights here. So we have a couple of wall lights to decorate with. It looks like all the typical metal colors we have in the game, which is great that they matched those colors. Like, I feel like them matching that was definitely worth their while. So I'm going to put them in the orangey pinkish swatch. And then let's see what else we have here. I'm going to save the carpet for last because I'm actually very curious about it. But let's go ahead and look at the stuff that hangs on the wall. So I feel like these next two items would not be so much in the built-in, but next to like the front door. And these are the two different coat hangers. Now, I was expecting to only get one coat hanger, so I love the fact that there's one with a coat on it, and there's also one with a scarf and a hat on it. I think that is so cute they did that. It definitely matches the built-in, so you can pair it with it, but it just looks so cute on its own as well, and there's multiple options. I love that. Love that. And then I think, is this... Yeah, this goes on the wall as well. So let's do this here. And it's just a little shelf with some pictures and a plant. Honestly, this is going to go so far. Like, this even just by itself is worth it. I mean, not to buy the whole kit for it, but like, you could just place that without any of the rest of this and it would look nice. And it's $180, which is a little pricey for one wall item, but it is still like really cute as an item on its own. It's not like something you have to pair with the built-in. And then I think that's everything that actually hangs on the wall. So everything else is stuff I'm assuming you can put on the shelf or by itself on the floor. So I'm very curious. Yes, the shoes actually swatch. Okay, I knew the little shoes went on the shelves, but I didn't know if the actual mud boots would. But I love the fact you can put them on the shelf, like as if they're too muddy to go on the floor. I think that's great. But like I said in the description, this is slightly meant to be like for coming in out of the garden as one of the main purposes. So I love the fact that they put these little mud boots in. I think that's such a cute little detail. And Converse, guys, we have Converse that go by the door that aren't just those little base game ones that look like shit. Like, these actually look really nice. I love like the angling on the shoes. I think that's a really nice touch. We saw that the basket goes on the shelves. Oh, it even goes like on top of the cabinets. There's swatching on top of there's placing on top of the cabinets. That's really cool. I actually really like that. But this is just your hallway clutter basket. It kind of reminds me of the knitting baskets, but like way more simpler and obviously not filled with yarn related things. But I think it's really cute. I actually like it. And then let's see what else we have. We have the pile of mail, which finally we have a just regular pile of mail. It has a little package. I love this. I love this. This is something we needed so bad in the game. Like I said, they just know what to add. And then also another item I saw that I was excited about is the sunglasses. And it looks like the sunglasses come with keys. Yes. Yes, I was so hoping that there was going to be keys. I saw the sunglasses. I didn't see the keys. I'm genuinely excited about the keys. Okay, that's really exciting because the only other keys we have is with the cell phone. And sometimes you just don't want to put a cell phone by the entryway. Sometimes you just want a key. I mean, it does have a sunglass is with it, but I still like it. And then, let's see, we have also a new picture, which does take up a whole slot. So if you wanted to put it in the corner, you would have to alt place it. But it has a little shoe as the picture. That's kind of cute, considering this is where you take off your shoes, like sit down and take off your shoes. Oh, you could also build like a shoe store with this sign. I'm just saying. Okay, well, we have some feet design pictures. And then another item I was actually really excited to see is this purse. We do have a purse that goes by the front door, but it's kind of like fancy girly vibes. And this is very simple. It's not paired with anything. It's just a simple handbag to sit by the door in simple plain colors. And I think that is very nice and very much, again, something that we needed. And then we have the plants. So let's go ahead and move these keys. I'm going to move the keys on the shelf so I can put the plants here. So we have a smaller potted plant, and then we have a big like entryway plant. This is what I think of when I think of entryway plants, is about this side. I typically put them on either side of the mirror. Ooh, that red is gorgeous. The reds in this pack and the purples in this pack are just beautiful, but the red kind of matches. So we have like this big one. But also a trend is just to have a little plant sitting in your entryway. So I love the fact that they included both a big and little plant. I think that's super cute. And I believe with that, let me double check, that is everything but the rug. I am pretty sure. I'm not seeing anything that I'm missing here. So let's go ahead and look at the rug itself. Okay. So the lighting is making it a little hard to look at. I might actually switch us to morning to look at this, even though it'll make the colors a little off. But the brightness was just a little too much from the sun. So we have this. It looks like it only comes in one pattern. I was kind of hoping it would be multiple patterns. But, I mean, this pattern is kind of cute. Like, in certain colors, I like it. Like, I like it in this color. Obviously, I like it in the black. Honestly, the green and the brown vibes are really pretty. But the other swatches, I'm not the biggest fan on. Like, the blue isn't horrible. But I do think this is a good size. It's definitely a skinnier rug, which I think is honestly kind of needed in the game. Like, we don't have a lot of skinnier rugs. And I'm curious, yeah, when you size it down, you could possibly make it like a front door mat if you placed it and sized it down. And then sized up, it pretty much matches everything lined up together perfectly. So that's actually really nice that it would fit this perfectly. So maybe I will put it, maybe let's put it in the green and brown swatch. I don't know why, because I've been going with red this whole time. But apparently that's the vibe we're going for. And I believe that is everything in the kit, unless I somehow missed something, but nothing is highlighted. So I don't think I missed anything. So like I said, it was slightly a low item count in my opinion. I mean, all the items are really nice. I pretty much liked everything that came in here. Like, there was some stuff that I was indifferent about, but most of it I actually kind of liked, honestly. So I think, like, as far as the items itself goes, I do really like the kit. I do think it's one of the kits that are less worth it, though, price-wise. But that's just my personal opinion. Maybe I'm being a little snobby. It's only $5, but I want you to get what you think is worth your money. So it is a factor I like to include when making these reviews. So that is my review on the grunge kit. I did not mess that up like this whole time, I don't think, until now. The Grange Mudroom kit. This is my review of this kit, finalized and over. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative, because that is the whole reason I make these reviews, so you can inform yourself to see if you want to buy it and spend your money on it. But for now, I'm going to end this one here. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and do all that awesome stuff, because you guys are awesome people. I'll see you next time. All right, bye!